By the time the morning light against my eyelids wake me, Yumiko's already gotten out of bed and dressed herself. Noticing me stir, she turns back to face the bed.
Yuji, ohayo.
Her voice is clear and dignified. There is no hint of the weakness or fear from last night. It sounds as though she steeled herself for what's coming. Yeah, morning. I roll out of bed and quickly begin my own preparations. A little while later, everyone's gathered in the lobby just as we arranged yesterday evening. There's 1 hour before our appointment with Michiaki. Time we'll use to make a few final preparations.
そろそろ時間ね。マキナ、裏口はしっかり固めた？
サッチンと一緒に厳重に固めたのよさ。
もし侵入者があってもすぐにわかるようにはしてあります。
Well, this isn't going to be a siege battle, but it never hurts to cover all your bases. Stay on your toes. How's it going on your end, Sachi? Sachi responds without taking her eyes off the screen of her laptop.
大丈夫です。予定通り臨時株主総会は開催されるようです。
At a glance, there's nothing odd visible from the video feed of the conference room she's monitoring. Okay. Now we just wait for the villain to make his entrance. Forming my right hand into a fist, I lightly smack it into my left palm. And almost as if someone's taken their cue, the sound of running footsteps approaches from outside the dorm.
来たわよ！なんかすごい大勢で来てる！
Returned from her patrol, Mitsuru burst into the lobby in a state of obvious consternation.
じゃあ、行ってくるわ。
Yumiko, who had been sitting on the sofa in silence throughout our meeting, rises gallantly to her feet. As the others watch with concern in their eyes, she slowly opens the door and heads outside. I follow quietly in her wake. An extraordinary spectacle greets us. Specifically, it's an absolute swarm of jet black cars, reminiscent of that parent-teacher conference visit, but on a far greater scale. I count more than 10 vehicles at a glance. Hard-faced men in black suits who could easily pass for gangsters form a solid row in front of their cars. The dorm's entirely surrounded. The unbroken ring of vehicles and men stretches around the building at a distance of maybe 10 meters. Clearly not interested in letting us get away this time. Probably only natural, given his long pursuit and the insult I delivered last night. But above all else, I think this display of force is the product of Sakaki Michiaki's sheer stubborn tenacity. The rear door of the car stopped directly in front of us swings open, and with extremely deliberate movements, a single man emerges. A slender, graying man, dressed in a conservative charcoal suit. His glare as sharp as a knife, and significantly less friendly. It's Yumiko's father, Sakaki Michiaki.
まさか予告通り、馬鹿正直にここにいるとはな。
The first words out of his mouth are a toneless expression of surprise. As he looks over his daughter, the corners of Michiaki's mouth jerk up slightly into something resembling a smirk.
久しぶりだな。少し痩せたんじゃないのか。
ええ。突然襲われたり、海外に連れ去られそうになったり、必要に追われたりしたから。きっとそのせいだわ。
はっ。誰のためを思ってやったことなのか分かろうともせずに。まあいい。
Michiaki's scornful expression gives way to disconcerting smoothness, to a gentle smile.
なあ、ユミコ。今ならばまだ許してやる。最後の慈悲だ。お前が私の元へ戻ってくれば、その男は許してやろうじゃないか。泣いて許しを超え、お父さんごめんなさいと謝罪しろ。そうすれば全て丸く収まるんだ。さあ早く。
嘘よ。
父親を信じられないのか。
父親だなんて。あなたを父と思ったことなんて、あの裏切られた日以来一度だってなかったわよ。
Yumiko's voice quivers with rage. Her teeth grinding audibly, she squeezes spiteful words out of her throat and fires them at Michiaki like arrows.
今日こうしてあなたの前に立ったのは娘として戻るわけでも 泣いて許しを請うわけでもないわ。
おお、何のためだと言うんだ。
A gust of wind blows across the yard, kicking up a swirling cloud of sand. For just a moment, it hides Michiaki from view. And when he appears again, Yumiko's tightly pursed lips open.
あなたと決別するためよ。
Michiaki doesn't even flinch, but Yumiko presses on regardless, her eyes slightly downcast, letting the anger she's kept inside flow freely out of her.
ずっと孤独だった。あなたから捨てられ、何もない時間を過ごし、一方的に呼び戻されて、裏切られて。私にとっては、家族なんて存在しないも同然だった。一方的に放り込まれたこの学園でも、私は囚人同然の生活を押し付けられた。誰とも話せず、何も考えられず、ずっと一人きりだった。けど
Yumiko turns back. Her gaze lingers on me and Sachi, then turns to the dorm where our other classmates are waiting. I've never seen such a peaceful smile on her face before.
ここには同じような傷を負った子たちがいたわ。すぐには無理だったけど、少しずつゆっくりと話していくことができた。そしてユウジが来た。ユウジもまたいろんなことを私に教えてくれた。私を人間にしてくれた。
With a flutter of her hair, she spins back to face Michiaki once more.
なのにあなたはそれすらもまた奪おうとした。私には空想のものばかりを与え、心の通ったものは何一つとして与えようとも持つことも許さなかった。でももう私は言いなりにはならない。自分の口で喋って自分の手足で動いて、あなたの人形になんかなり下がらない。あなたはたくさんのものを壊して潰してきたわ。お母さんだって裏切ってボロボロにした。
Yumiko's eyes open wide in a furious glare. Her teeth snap together even more loudly than before.
あなたみたいな感情のない機械なんかに父親だなんて言われたくなんかないのよ。
生意気な口を叩くな。
A harsh bellow cuts through the air. For a moment, Yumiko flinches back.
お前のような子供に何がわかる。
Michiaki takes a firm step forward towards us. He speaks in a voice so low it seems to rise up from the ground underneath his leather shoes.
父から受け継いだ大盗品を小娘のわがままで潰すわけにはいかんのだ。ゴミのような周りの企業を掌握し、傀儡を増やし、いつかは国をも買う。それこそが父の夢であり、父と同じである私の夢だ。父は私を人形にした。自らがその人形の中に入り、動き、大盗品を揺るぎなきものにした。私はそれを継ぎ、お前を新しい人形にして、器をさらに大きくするのだ。
The thing standing in front of Yumiko right now isn't a human being. It's the incarnation of an ambition handed down through the decades. A company in the shape of a man, trying to swallow her into itself.
その大いなる前提の前に、個々の意志などゴミに等しい。そんなものを大切だと説かれたところで、何の考えもない。
やっぱり人間じゃないわ。
また小娘の分際で人間がどうだのと語るのか。もうたくさんだ。お前の母親もきっとそんな甘いことばかり言っていたから勝手に潰れていったのだろう。
お母さんのことをそんな風に言わないで。元はといえばあなたが原因を作ったんじゃないの。
会社の発展のためにあの程度のことすら許容することもできなかった強量な女だ。私が責任を感じることなど何もないだろう。
そう全部やはり嘘だったのね。私に言ってきた言葉も態度も何もかもが。
さあ、時間の無駄だ。実力行使に出てもいいが荒っぽいことはしたくない。おとなしく車に乗るんだ。
As Michiaki extended his hand, Yumiko draws back a step in refusal. The next words out of her mouth are delivered in a voice as cold as ice.
あなたはもう終わりよ。
なんだと。
わからないの。なぜユウシがあなたを今日ここに呼んだのか。なぜ今日でなくてはいけなかったのか。
Michiaki's eyebrows twitch ever so slightly. A moment later, with an expression caught halfway between an angry scowl and an amused smile, he answers.
今日。そうか。やはりお前たちがやったのか。
そうよ。東浜ホールディングスの臨時株主総会。社長の解任動議が今日可決されれば、あなたは社長の座を失う。私を傀儡にして達成するはずの野望も、ここで完全についえることになるわ。
Michiaki listens to his daughter's words expressionlessly. There's no anger, no surprise, no scorn or fear. His face is simply blank. And somehow, that indifference is more intimidating than any emotion could have been. Finally, a dry, rattling chuckle emerges from his throat.
何がおかしいの？
いいぞ、いいぞ、ユミコ。そうして社会のお勉強をするのか。これからの仕事に役立つな。いや、まさか自ら勉強してくれるとはな。
Clapping his hands together with easy confidence, Michiaki responds as if genuinely pleased by the situation. There isn't the slightest hint of anxiety in his cold, amused eyes.
まだそんな強がりを言うつもりなの？現実を見てからそんなふざけたことを。
強がり？そういうのはきちんと情勢を確認してから言うんだな。お前の方こそ現実を見た方がいいんじゃないのか。
Yumiko turns around once more. Sachi is just lowering a cellophane from her ear, her face a ghastly shade of white.
あまねさんから今連絡が入りました。
The normally unflappable girl's voice shakes with disbelief.
賛成の動議に誰も立ち上がらないそうです。そんな嘘でしょ。賛成するって言ってたはずなのに。口裏を合わせたかのように静まり返っているのよさ。これってダメなんでしょ。解任に賛成させなきゃいけないんでしょ。今すぐ連絡とかできないの、あまね。ダメよ。私らが直接この人たちに言ったわけじゃないもの。すごく面倒なルートを通しての約束だから、話をするにしてもまたそのルートを通さないといけないわ。じゃあこのまま黙って見ていろって言うの？どうしようもないのよさ。そんな。
お前たちがあの市ヶ谷の女あたりと企んで反対派を動かしていたことぐらいは知っていたよ。まあ子供の革命ごっこがどこまで通じるのか興味半分で見ていたが、思った以上に勉強していたようで驚いたよ。構成してきちんとした学校を出れば使ってやらんこともないぞ。
As Yumiko bites down on her lip in frustration, Michiaki takes another step forward, his stride even larger and bolder than before.
さあ、今度こそ本当に終わりだ。私の人形になる覚悟を決めろ、ユミコ。
いや、
覚悟を決めるのなら、そうだな。そこにいる軍人上がりのガキも性欲処理用として飼うのを許してやらんでもないぞ。まあその代わりに人間としての尊厳は極限までそぎ落とすがな。
そんなの許せるわけが。
Yumiko is still mounting her best attempts at resistance, but the momentum has shifted entirely in favor of her father. His face placid and composed, Michiaki takes another step forward. And this time, his cruel eyes look over in my direction.
おい、軍人上がり。そこに突っ立ってないで、お前も何か言ったらどうなんだ。
His tone of voice is light, teasing.
女にばかり前に立たせて喋らせるとは情けないにも程があるだろ
う。In strong contrast to her father's composure, Yumiko's voice twists with sorrow and fear. Without particularly reacting to either of them, I cock my head to the side and furrow my brow. That's funny. Do I hear a phone? Michiaki grimaces sourly in evident disappointment.
なんだと？別に構わん。出るがいい。どうせすぐに電話など取り上げ。
Wrong. Does sound like a phone's ringing, but it's not mine. Someone else must be getting a call.
何を一体言っているんだ？
The man clearly seems to think this is somewhat less than important right now. For the first time, I meet his gaze with a powerful glare of my own. You still don't understand. It's your phone, with a very important call.
私のだと？
Dubiously, Michiaki reaches up to the pocket of his suit. The instant his hand touches the soft buzzing cell phone, his bemused expression changes to one of pure surprise.
なぜ貴様に分かった？
Not important. You should probably answer right away. Take a look at who's calling.
なんだと？こんな時にどこの誰が？
Muttering complaints to himself, Michiaki glances down at the screen. His face stiffens instantly.
村松国土交通大臣からだと？
He hurriedly presses the answer button, his attention now focused solely on the phone. The rest of us no longer seem to even register.
もしもし、村松大臣ですか？榊です。榊でございます。やっと出てくれましたか、榊さん。あ、申し訳ございません。ちょうど今お話ししておりました総会の最中でして。その総会のことで連絡があってね。手短に言うよ。はあ。事情が変わってね。君を支援することはできなくなった。すまないが、潔く社長の座を降りてくれたまえ。まあ、心配しなくとも相応の名誉職ぐらいは用意しておくから、それで納得するんだな。そんな、どういうことですか、大臣。あんたも面倒な部分に触れたもんだ。同情するよ。大臣、待ってください。どういうことですか、大臣。
浜根さん。はい。解任賛成が。はい、わかりました。伝えます。風見さん、今天音さんから連絡があって、社長の解任動議が可決されたと。様子見だった企業も次々と解任賛成に回り、最終的に8割の票を集めたそうです。
I nod casually to acknowledge Sachi's report. Thought as much. Just how JB told me it would play out. Entirely on the other end of the emotional spectrum, Sakaki Michiaki stands before me in stunned, furious disbelief. It's hard to believe he's the same man who was so full of confidence before that phone rang. Squeezing his cell phone with a quivering hand, he glares at me with an expression full of undisguised wrath.
お前ら、なぜだ？どうして、そんな。
Reminds me of Yumiko's reaction when I brought her here yesterday. The man simply can't process the situation he's found himself in. I'll explain. Stepping out protectively in front of Yumiko, I approach her trembling father. It's just as you said. No matter how much a group of children struggle, it's fundamentally ridiculous to imagine they could stage a large-scale corporate conflict. Convincing the opposition to move would have been nearly impossible unless people holding genuine power were leading the charge. However, there was one lever which could undoubtedly move even those deeply cautious men. An organization possessing tremendous influence, and the largest stockholder in the East Beach Group. Once JB obtained a route to them through a certain connection of hers, our victory was all but assured. They were the focus of our attention from the very start. But as I'm sure you know, it never hurts to be doubly cautious in this sort of thing. That's why we attacked the problem from so many angles over the last year. After all, we were up against Sakaki Michiaki. If we spent all our time messing with the Ministry of Infrastructure, I had expected you'd catch on and devise a counter strategy. JB's connection had overwhelming influence over the ministry, but Michiaki might have still turned the tables on us if our movements were exposed in the early stages. We needed to set the wheels in motion without tipping him off to our real plans until the very last moment. That was the primary objective of all of our other movements. Therefore, we started building ourselves a pseudo-majority, knowing full well it would fall apart in the end. We let you see a bunch of children sniffing around, gave you a nice, easy target to undermine.
反対派と妙な動きをしていたのはフェイクだったということか。
Exactly.
そんな。
Michiaki's cell phone clatters to the ground. His head slumps over sagging shoulders. The arrogance from a few minutes ago has vanished without the slightest trace.
終わりか。こんなにあっけなく。しかもこんなガキどもに。人生を賭して、すべてを捨てて。それが。
Muttering reproachful words to no one in particular, he drags himself back into his car and climbs slowly inside. The black-suited men surrounding the area, perhaps sensing their employer's defeat, hurriedly began to withdraw. With the whir of a dozen engines, clouds of dust from many tires filled the air, as if to mark the conclusion of our battle. Amane burst out of the door moments later. Makin and Michiru follow in her wake, their faces overflowing with joy.
サッチンから聞いたぞ。お兄ちゃんは全部わかってたんだってな。
Yeah. Sorry for startling you.
もうびっくりしたわよ。最初からそういう仕込みだったなら言っておいてくれればよかったのに。はい、私も連絡を受けた時は寿命が縮む思いでした。あんたが言うぐらいだから相当なもんよね、サチ。ともかくこれで晴れて榊さんは自由の身なのよね、ユージ。
Yeah. Sorry about the drama, Yumi. Just like the others, Yumiko's face is filled with relief at our come-from-behind victory. Or so I imagined. But when I turn around, I find something else entirely. Yumiko. Yumiko has turned her head in a different direction from the rest of us. No less still and quiet than before, she's gazing far off into the distance. Think you guys can head back inside before us? I turn to our friends, who nod quickly and return to the dorm. After watching them all enter the building, I fix my eyes on Yumiko once more. Her face is fixed in the direction that group of cars disappeared. The eyes of Sakaki Michiaki's only daughter are quietly gazing after the man who stayed her bitter enemy until the very end. Yumiko. I call out her name once more, but Yumiko doesn't move, and her expression doesn't change. She's not crying. It doesn't look like she's grieving. Her face is simply lonely. The clouds of dust that have been dancing through the air eventually fade away as the wind carries them out to sea. The familiar campus has returned to a familiar state, and still, Yumiko stands rooted to the spot. As I watch her from behind, I hear the cry of a kite overhead, like a shrill note on a flute. The small black bird of prey glides serenely past us, making its way to the ocean, just like the one I saw on the rooftop of this dorm once. It's a painfully normal summer scene, almost as if someone's trying to remind us how small our struggles are, how insignificant our hatreds. Hey everyone, J Squared John Jeremy here. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click on subscribe and the bell icon to ensure you're kept up to date on the channel. Until next time, so long and take care.